Hello and welcome back. In the last unit, we saw that data is not objective. It is made by people and it reflects their choices. In this unit, we go one level deeper. Before you can use any data, you need to understand what kind of data it is. Not every data set is the same, and the type of data you have determines what you can do with it. Let us start with the most fundamental distinction. What kind of data is this? The first split, structured versus unstructured data. Structured data is organized. It has rows and columns. Every piece of information has a defined place. Think of a spreadsheet of exam scores, where each row is a student, each column is a subject, and each cell is a number. Unstructured data is everything else. It does not fit neatly into rows and columns. A recording of a community interview, a folder of photos, a stack of doctor's notes written in doctor's own words and handwriting, a social media post. All of these are data. All of these contain information, but you analyze them in completely different ways. About 80% of all data created in the world today is unstructured. But most analysis tools and statistical software were built for structured data, which means if you only work with structured data, you are working with a small slice of reality. The second split, quantitative versus qualitative data. Quantitative data is made of numbers, things you can count, measure, and calculate. Temperature, height, number of patients admitted, contract value. You can find averages, trends, and distributions. Qualitative data is made of words, categories, and descriptions. It tells you about experiences, meanings, and contexts. Why did citizens not go to a clinic? What a community think about a government program? How a patient describes their pain? You cannot average words. You cannot find the meaning of the teachers were strict. Qualitative data needs a different approach. You look for themes, you count how often certain ideas appear, and you interpret the meaning. Now put these two distinctions together, structured versus unstructured, quantitative versus qualitative. This gives us a simple 2x2 grid. First, structured and quantitative. Think of hospital database with patient age, blood pressure, and length of stay. Rows and columns, numbers you can calculate. Second, for example, a survey where respondents choose from options strongly agree, agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree. It is organized, but values are categories, not numbers. Third, unstructured plus qualitative. A doctor's consultation note written in their own words. No fixed structure. No numbers, pure description. Fourth, unstructured plus quantitative. Less common, but numbers are embedded in free text. A newspaper article reports that flood damages cost reached $400 million. Number is there, but it is buried in a paragraph, not in a cell. Here is the key takeaway. Before you begin any analysis, ask yourself, what type is each variable in my dataset? The answer tells you exactly which analysis approach applies. Do you recall that in Unit 1, we said, data is not objective. What you have just learned is one of the reasons why. When a system is designed to collect only structured, quantitative data, it automatically makes qualitative experience invisible. Communities that describe their needs in words, not numbers, do not appear in the dataset. Situations that resist measurement do not get measured. The choice of data type is itself a choice about what counts and what does not. In the next video, we look at where data comes from and ask 5 questions that will help you decide whether any dataset is trustworthy for your purpose.